Hello and welcome to my video on my Dechlorinator. So I'm currently going to be changing the filters on the Dechlorinator. Here are the new filters I've got. So we originally had a 5 micron sediment filter. This one is a 1 micron filter. I don't know why I've gone for 1 instead of 5. Just thought I'd try it. Maybe it'll slow the water down going through the filters, but that's actually a good thing because it'll give it more time to dechlorinate. So these are the carbon block filters. I've got 2 of them on mine. So it goes through one and then the other. So the filters are about 500,000 litres at minute, so they should be completely defunct. So I'm changing my filters. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this little vial and get a sample of this water that's flowing in here. I've just had this running for a second. Just get a little bit more than that. Just had this running for a second so that it's pulled through fresh water, because the water that's sat in the pipe might have gone through the Dechlorinator when it was working properly a while ago. So there we go. Now I'm just going to put one of these tablets in. So these tablets I've just dropped in there, it's hard to hold the camera, are DPD number 4 tablets, and these basically they just go pink if there's chlorine present. And I don't know whether the camera can see it, but there is actually a bit of pinkness coming in that right now. And it'll go pinker and pinker. So you can say it only takes, I think the camera can see it, it only takes a few seconds to sort of go pink, and if it goes pink then there's quite a bit of chlorine present. So there's actually a bit of chlorine coming in there, so I can turn the turn that off, stop that going in. And so I can see now that them filters definitely weren't processing the chlorine. So I'm going to change them filters and then test it again, and hopefully we'll see that that does not turn pink like that. Right then, so here we are with the Dechlorinator filter. Now this one is the 5 micron sediment filter that I'm going to be changing for the 1 micron, and these two are the carbon blocks. Now the water flows through this one first, then this one, then this one, then to the pond. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to not undo that because water will go everywhere. I'm going to turn the water off. I've also got a pressure gauge up here, which I'm not sure if you can see or not, but what I'm going to do is wait for that pressure gauge to drop, because the water is always trickling in the pond. That trickling you can hear actually is the water trickling out of the pond into a storage tank, and then from that storage tank it then gets pumped to a large tank so I can water the plants with it. So we've lost its pressure now, so what I'm going to do is just make sure there's no water in these, just open these little valves on top like so. That should be enough, and then have a go at thinking which way to undo these. That way. Right. I've got a tube on the floor here as well, so I'm capturing all the water that's going to leak out of them. There's going to be quite a bit. This one will be quite dirty, I imagine. Like I say, it's been 500,000 litres since these were changed, so they won't be clean as things get well. So there we go. That is the 5 micron sediment filter, and that would have been brilliant white like that one 500,000 litres ago. So you can see that it's pretty mucky, pretty well stained, and it would have been as white as that one. So that's the muck that I've stopped going through the carbon blocks. You won't really notice it in the pond, but yeah, stopped it going in the carbon blocks. I kind of figured a 1 micron might stop a little bit more than a 5 micron, although the 1 micron might want changing a bit sooner. So we'll see how that goes. But basically it's just like a paper towel roll really, that's really densely compressed into a filter. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'm just going to have a look inside there. So that's inside those things, and if you could look up here you'd see that the water comes in around the outside. In fact, I can just put a third in to show you that the water would come in around the outside, go around the outside of the filter, and then go up through the middle. So it hits the outside and then goes up through that middle hole there. Let's chuck this in here. Make sure it's properly seated on there. you don't properly put them in place, they'll just leak. There we go, that's that one. I'm not going to tighten it up yet, I'm just sort of made it hand tight. These ones won't be visibly mucky, they're carbon filters rather than what else. It is a bit mucky. You can see that some muck has been getting through. Again, that should be brilliant white, just like that one is. So it's stained the material on the outside. So maybe I should have changed that sediment filter a long time ago. Rubbers are all correctly mounted. There's no right way around. Just throw it in the bucket. Make sure the bucket's not slimy or out disgusting in there. And I think we're good. There we go. That in there lovely. Not quite as mucky, I won't say, but still pretty mucky. I think I should have changed them about a month ago, to be honest. But to be fair, I did order these about a month ago. They've just come today. It went on right. To be the tightest thing it will, just give him a good knit. Let's let water in. If one of them leaks, then I didn't do it right. That's the water in. What I'm going to do is press these red buttons on top, I know you can't see. That should let the air out. Priming the system. So that's not actually leaking. Well, that's me letting the water out. Some water getting around the system. So there we go, we're back up to pressure. And we're back running. So let's push some water through so we're not getting mucky water into the pond. And then we'll get it tested again. So here we are again with the DP4 tablets. So let's test these new filters. So I've actually left it a few hours to make sure the filters have sort of settled in. So let's see if there's any chlorine this time. Water in here. There we go. Let's get one of these tablets. Drop it in. Let's see what happens. So there we go. I'm not particularly seeing any signs this time of purpleness or pinkness. It does go pretty quick. It does usually go pretty much straight away. If you leave them too long, then it'll be affected by the oxygen. Don't know how that looks on camera, but to me, there's a slight bit of tint to it actually. Maybe a slight bit of chlorine in it because it's such a fast flow that we're going through it. But I think a slower flow might be a bit better, but it's definitely not as dark as it were previously. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. You are better at trickling water through them types of filters than flowing it that hard. So, which is what I do on this pond, it trickles in. So yeah, a little bit of pinkness, but there we go. So here we are, outside. So what's inside these things? So this one is literally just a piece of paper. So if I cut this in half. So take two, let's try cutting it with a saw, shall we, instead? Now we can see inside. So you can see that it literally is just like a toilet roll that's compressed. So it has caught quite a lot of muck. It is solidly brown all the way through, and all the muck is quite spread through it. It's not just on the outside, in fact it's muckier on the inside. If you see that, it's quite a lot of, I don't know what this stuff is, it's probably just stuff that's in linings and gets in pipes, like a clear pipe or stuff like that. It's just sort of basic muck, but sort of cracks off. See how it sort of cracks, like a, almost like a cardboard, like a. So yeah, that's one of them. You can see that it's been compressed in like rings as well, because the rings sort of split out. So quite interesting, I think. That's what they are made up of. Now let's have a look inside one of these things. These two are exactly the same thing. So, but what they are is just carbon blocks. So what we'll see in here, literally just a bit of carbon. Peel back the surface filter. Here we can see the carbon. If I just put it round here. There was probably a better way to do that, but I don't know what it is. So after peeling back this filter, you can see this is actually a fabric. It's a material that's put around it. Then there's your sort of mesh at the beginning. The first one's the paper, then the material, paper, material. The material touches the carbon right there. So this is just compressed carbon, basically like any carbon. You can actually get the same type of filters as loose carbon, and you literally just pour the loose carbon into the blue bit rather than having it all compressed like this. So you can see it's proper block of carbon. It's quite solid. So what I'm going to do now is get something I can break it in and see what's in the middle, see if there's anything else there. Right then, let's have a look what's inside it. Ah, it's pretty a bit harder than I expected. Wow, that is much harder than I expected. And browner. Crikey. This stuff's interesting. Let's move that. There we go. Wow, that took a lot more to break than I expected it would. Okay, so we've got the actual carbon. You can see the carbon, it's like a really fine powdery carbon that's just sort of crushed into a, let's see it breaks up, it's really hardly packed. And then in the middle again there's another filter. Look at that filter. There we go. So you can see actually what it is made up of, sort of thing. It's just crushed carbon. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that dense, but yeah, it's a pretty well made filter, that one. So there you go. That's a new one, exactly the same as that one that's all broken up now. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, then please like it. If you want to see more videos like this, then please feel free to subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, then please comment them below, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.